Good afternoon. Types of English drama. English drama has evolved over centuries, encompassing a variety of types that reflect societal, cultural, artistic shifts. One of the earliest forms is medieval drama, which includes morality plays, miracle plays, and mystery plays, often performed in churches or public places to teach biblical stories and moral lessons to the people. During the Renaissance, Elizabethan drama flourished, characterized by playwrights like William Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe, who brought a rich language, complex characters, and themes of love, power, and tragedy to the stage. The Restoration period introduced comedy of manners, which satirized social behaviors of the elite with wit and humor. Sentimental drama followed, emphasizing emotion and moral improvement. Appealing to the sensibilities of 18th century audience, the 19th century saw the rise of melodrama with its with its characters, sensational plots, clear moral themes. At the same time, realistic drama emerged, focusing on everyday life and social issues. As seen in the works of G.B. Shaw and Henrik Ibsen, modern English drama embraces a wide spectrum, including political drama, social contemporary plays. Such things are introduced in the modern period, and then the postmodern drama have pushed boundaries with the non-linear narrative multimedia elements and audience participation, ensuring the continued vibrancy of English drama. The English drama, rich in its variety, continues to adapt and transform, reflecting the complexities of human life and society beyond the traditional types. Often, other significant forms have emerged over time. Tragedy and comedy, the classical pillars of drama, have persisted in various adaptations. Tragedy focused on human suffering and moral dilemmas, spans from Shakespeare, that is some masterpiece, that is Hamlet, Othello, to the modern work like Arthur Miller's Death of Salesman. Comedy, on the other hand, explores humor and satire, ranging from Shakespeare's light-hearted A Midsummer Night's Dream to contemporary comic play that explores social and cultural dynamics. Romantic drama, flourishing in the 18th and the 19th centuries, celebrated emotion, imagination, and nature, often depicting love and individualism. As seen in works inspired by the romantic literary movement. In contrast, problem plays address societal and ethical issues without providing clear resolutions, encouraging audience to think critically. Shakespeare himself ventured into this form with plays like Measure for Measure. The 20th century introduced epic theatre, pioneered by Bartlett Bridge, aiming to provoke critical thought and social change rather than emotional catharsis. Similarly, experienced drama emerged, focusing on inner emotions and subjective experiences, often presented in the distorted and surreal manner. Furthermore, musical drama has become a major genre, combining dialogue, music, dance to tell compelling stories from grandeur of Andrew Lloyd Webber's Phantom of the Opera to the contemporary appeal of Lin-Manuel Miranda's Hamilton. Feminist theatre has also carved its space, challenging traditional gender roles and advocating for equality. As seen in the plays by writers like Gary Churchill, with such diversity, English drama remains a dynamic art form, blending traditional structures with modern innovations to capture human experiences in all its facets. Each type offers unique perspective, ensuring its relevance and resonance across generations. Here we are going to discuss some major types of drama in detail. Sorry. Then another part, that is the comedy. Comedy types of comedy type of drama or other art form, the chief object of which, according to modern notions, is to amuse. It is contrasted on the one hand with with tragedy, and on the other hand with farce, burlesque, and other form of humorous amusement. The classic conception of comedy, which began with Aristotle in ancient Greece of the 4th century BCE and persists through the present, hold that it is primarily concerned with human as social beings rather than as private persons, and that it function it frankly corrective. The comic artist purpose is to hold a mirror up to the society to reflect in follies and vices in the hope that they will, as a result, be mended. The 20th century French philosopher Henry Bergson shared this view of the corrective purpose of laughter. Specifically, he felt laughter is intended to bring the comic character back into the society, whose logic and convention he abandoned when he slackens in the attention that is due to life. Here, we have to see its origin and definition. The word comedy seems to be connected by derivation with the Greek verb meaning to reveal. The comedy arose out of reveal, associated with the rites of Dionysus, a god of vegetation. The origin of comedy that thus bound up with the vegetation ritual. Aristotle in the Poetics states that comedy originates in phallic song, and that, like tragedy, it began in improvisation. Though tragedy evolved by stages and can be traced, the progress of comedy passed unnoticed because it was not taken seriously. When tragedy and comedy arose, poets wrote one or the other according to their natural bent. Those of graver sort, we might previously have been inclined to celebrate the action of great in epic poetry, turned to tragedy. Poets of a lower type who had set forth the doing of ignoble in invectives turned to comedy. The distinction is basis to the Aristotelian differentiation between tragedy and comedy. Tragedy imitates men who are better than the average and comedy men who are worse. For centuries, efforts at defining comedy were to be along the illness set down by Aristotle. The view that tragedy deals with the personages of high state and comedy deals with the lowly types. The tragedy treats the matter of great public import, while comedy is concerned with the private affair of life, and the character and events of tragedy are historic and so, in some sense, true, while the humble materials of comedy are but feign implicit too. In Aristotle is the distinction in style deemed appropriate to the treatment of tragedy and comic story, as long as there was at least a theatrical separation or comic and tragic style. Either genre could on occasion appropriate the stylistic manner of the other to a striking effect, which was never possible after the crossing of stylistic lines become commonplace. The ancient Roman poet Horace, who wrote on such stylistic differences, noted the special effect that can be achieved when comedy lifts its voices in pseudo tragic, when tragedy adopts the prosaic but affecting language of comedy, consequently combined the mixture of styles produced the burlesque in which the grand manner is applied to the subject, or the serious subject is subjected to vulgar treatment as mentioned there. Comedy as a form of drama. There are comic dramas also, and we have to see comedy as a form of drama. Then after, the another point, that is the major point, is the tragedy. Here we have to see what is tragedy, then the types of tragedies. Then after the types of the tragedies, we have some tragicomedy is there. Then after tragicomedy, melodrama is there. Then farce is there. Such things which are initial about the tragedy and its types. We will continue in the next part. Thank you. Good day.